What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Today we're going to be talking about Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust is a found footage horror film from 1980 about a documentary crew going into the Amazon rainforest to contact an uncontacted tribe.
Are they still alive?
In the film, we see that the documentary crew who goes missing actually started the violence between them and the tribe, and by being like really terrible to them. And the point of the movie is to find out who is the real savages. I'm gonna break down the movie real quick, give you a little beat for beat on what happens, and then I'll get into some of my opinions and some of the backstory that goes on. So the film starts with a rescue mission of a couple of these dudes from the US come over, and they start trying to get into the tribe and trying to befriend them to see what kind of happened to the documentary crew. They succeed in this by kind of forming to their ways of living and being really nice to them and showing them that they're not a threat. This then leads into them retrieving the camera equipment from the documentary crew that was left behind. That way they can come back home and review the footage. Whenever they review the footage, they see that the documentary crew that went over there was starting everything as they put everybody in this big house and they try to burn it down to like try to get good shots. Kill their food source. They attack and brutalize the local women to try to make everyone more upset. And then this leads into them finally giving in to the documentary crew and taking all of them out one by one.
Run! Alan, you can't!
And the movie ends with this amazing quote.
I wonder who the real cannibals are.
So, I'm going to get into some of why this movie is considered so disturbing. I know it's on a lot of disturbing movie icebergs, and where it's the first found footage horror movie, I mean, there's a lot to take away from it. So some parts of the movie that gets a really big takeaway from it, there's several very real on-screen animal deaths that take place in the movie, including I believe it's a coyote. It's not a coyote, it's a coyote is what they call it. It looks like a muskrat. It gets killed on screen. A turtle.
I like turtles.
A boa constrictor, a tarantula, and 2 monkeys and a boar. And all of this is shown on screen, and that sucks. That completely sucks. I don't like that at all. The film also, where it is so violent, it has a lot of very violent scenes in it, and it kind of holds nothing back because I guess they're trying to portray like the savage nature of the film. There's several very aggressive these scenes that suck, and then there's very aggressive mutilation scenes. Some of the effects are pretty well done in it, so it gave the impression that it was real, which actually led to the director getting arrested and having to show up in court and bring all the actors in the film that died into court to prove that they are still alive and that this isn't a snuff film. And of course this movie is on a lot of disturbing movie charts because of these things I've mentioned. It's a pretty rough watch if you're going to watch the movie. The most disturbing aspect of the whole movie is the animal death, and it's pretty jarring when it happens because the first time I watched this movie, I was like, okay, this is just your standard. It's very similar to Green Inferno by Eli Roth, which Eli Roth made as a homage to this movie, but it's very similar to that. But whenever you're watching it and then these real animals die on screen, you can definitely tell that it's not fake. Like, these are real animals dying, and that's the most disturbing part of the movie by far. So let's get into some of my ratings for it. So for the acting, I give a 2.5 out of 5. The reason it's so low is because on the scenes where we have the documentary crew, they're all very vibrant and talky, and with the stuff that's happening on around them, I don't think any human would really act like that. I mean, they act terrible and evil because they're not good people, but it's over the top how they kind of act, and so I don't think their acting works in this situation. So I just give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's just not, the acting is nothing to go crazy over. The pacing of the film is a 4 out of 5. That is pretty good because it is a fast pacing movie. It's about an hour and 30 some minutes. But for the entire hour and 30 some minutes, you are pretty much glued onto the screen to figure out what happened. It's a pretty interesting story, regardless of how disturbing it is. It's a pretty interesting story of man versus evil, or who's the real monsters, like the story likes to say. And I mean, it's a good story. The kills get a 3 out of 5 on this movie. They're all done pretty well. Like the blood and the gore looks good on them. I don't want to give it any higher just because of some of the nature of the killings, but for the most part, the kills, I'm giving a 3 out of 5. They're not terrible. Overall, I give this movie a 3.4 out of 5. It is a very disturbing movie, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as a movie as I would say Martyrs, like my last video. I think Martyrs has a better story and is still gruesome. This movie has a good story, and it's showing like who's the real evil, which I like, but I think at parts it takes itself too seriously with how gruesome it really is. Some of the scenes are funny, like this one.
I don't think exceptional is the right word.
You don't?
No. I mean, what's exceptional?
Which I think doesn't need to be there, but overall it gets a 3.4 out of 5. So I think that's going to be about it for this video. I appreciate all the likes and views I got on the Lake Mungo video. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 50 on this one. That'd be sweet too. Leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more horror movie and horror book horror content. I'll keep making it. Thanks for watching.